in this episode I show you this AM modulator that I created. It's inside one of these radio kit housings that were available a while ago. I'm not sure if you can still buy them, but these are radios. So you have your volume off, on, audio level and frequency. And a special thing about them is, I can makes funny noises when I hit it. The special thing about them is that you have a potentiometer and you have a variable capacitor, and there is a frequency over the capacitor, and you can see the radio, it's about 1 megahertz, and if I tune it to 10, and press play on my cassette player, or better press that it does produce music, you can hear it. So here's alignment. It's playing some old thing. I recorded it from the television many years ago, more than 20 years ago, or 20 years, yeah. So this is a recording I made like 20 years or even more in the past, and you can see that it's about 10. The frequency thingy is about 10, and we have about 1000 kilohertz on the radio. And now I want to go to the beginning on the lowest frequency. Here it's not 510, it's this. And now look at the modulator again, and you can see that we have 550 at the beginning. 550, 6, 7, or 5.5. It says 5.5. So I have to tune it below 5.5. I've done that, and it's in the radio.
Kein Kommentar.
Was sagen Sie denn zu der E-Plus-Tarifautomatik?
Die Tarifautomatik bringt mich immer automatisch in den günstigsten Professional-Tarif. Monatlich, rückwirkend und kostenlos. Stimmt's?
Kein Kommentar.
E+. Und wann wechseln Sie?
Ostern bei Douglas.
Yeah, it's working, obviously. You have the lowest frequency on the radio, the lowest possible frequency, and I can tune it. And you saw that it also can be tuned in the middle of the radio frequency band. And also, I will show you that it can be tuned on the highest, which is there. That's usually this one. That's the highest, this one or this one. It depends on what receiver you have. But this is the upper limit of the AM band we have here. And it says 16 in the beginning, and it says 16 here. 16. Now I'm tuning. The dial is showing to 16, the static disappeared, and if I press this button,
Der Frühling macht die schönsten Geschenke.
Jetzt bei Douglas. Pure Morning Woman und Man. Die neuen Düfte von Marco Polo. Erfrischend optimistisch. Ein energievoller Start in den Tag. Marco Polo Pure Morning.
Neu zu Ostern. Natürlich bei Douglas.
So this is the demonstration of the modulator. Now let's turn off the audio device and let's have a look. The creators made it that this is with magnets, so you just open it, but it also closes easily and it holds very good because there are two magnets, or at least one strong magnet in there. Open. So you can see that this is the wire going into the housing, and it's here. And usually, when I run this thing on regular use, like I use it for listening to actual music over a radio or over a receiver or something else, I'm not having it like this with the long wires here. I'm pulling them out to get more length here. And this also helps with reducing the static, which I will talk about in a moment. But to open it easy, so you can see it, I left it like this. So I can open it, and you can see the insides. As you can see, the white LED, you can see how it's lit up. It's back behind the tube, and if you use this in a rather dark room, you see the light coming through the tube, and you can see the staffs that are in there. And also you can use like a green LED or a red or blue or whatever color you like. I like white color for this thing. So there's a white LED inside. Yeah, that's the main circuit board, and as you can see, it only requires one single battery or rechargeable battery to power the whole tube circuit. The schematic shows how it works, and basically we have three parts in it. We have the voltage converter, which is on the left side, the modulator, which is in the middle of the picture, and on the right side the oscillator using the 1sh24b electron valve tube, however, electron valve, you name it. So here you can see the two transistors, and the BC558B has the LED. Why does it have it? Well, in this type of converter, voltage converter, the transistor gets very high voltage pulses, like 30, 40, 50 volts, something like that, on base, and it's inverted. It's the opposite direction. It's in reverse. And although this transistor would work like this a week, 2 weeks, a month, somewhen it would fail, and we don't want it to fail. So this is why we have the white LED in reverse polarity on a transistor, and every pulse that is coming to base is put into the LED, which in return lights up. So it makes the transistor happy. Also it provides this effect here. Okay, the Zener diode stabilizes the voltage, because without it the inverter would go like 60 volts, 70 volts, but with the Zener diode it's somewhere 48 to 50. It's in a voltage range that is okay for the transistor, the BC546. There we have two transistors, BC546, and the other one, this one here, the lower BC transistor modulates the tube. This one is the audio amplifier, which BS is the modulator, and here is the oscillator. So the oscillator gets half supply voltage from this capacitor, half supply voltage, and it's modulated with audio, and it's a Meissner oscillator. Two coils, you can see them, two coils, and in series with the bigger coil is this induction wire, so it does create a magnetic field which the radio picks up, and so it does work. Okay, so this is the demonstration, show and tell, demonstrating my AM modulator which I built, and this coil you can't read it, or you can see it here. It's a 68 microhenry and a 220 for the oscillator and a 150 for the switch mode power supply. A switch mode power supply does generate harmonics in the medium wave band, like a transmitter. You can pick them up, and it can interfere with the signal of the modulator. So sometimes you can hear squealing and squeaking on the radio caused by the switch mode power supply. The best thing to avoid this is place the modulator on one side and place the radio very far away from it, and use this one to couple the signal into the radio. If you get it right, it works perfect. Okay, so this is my not so perfect, but at least decent AM modulator. You can rebuild it if you want. If you are into these kind of circuits, you can pause the video to look at the schematic, read the values and everything, draw the schematic and build it. I would like it if you rebuild it, but mainly I just wanted to show to you that I built this circuit. Okay, so this was it for this video. The show and tell of my homemade AM modulator. I appreciate that you took your time. Greetings, Stefan.